Hiking Mount Langley. The Cottonwood Lakes trailhead is located 24 miles southwest of the city of Lone Pine. It is accessible via Horseshoe Meadows Road. Park in the day. Use parking areas to begin the hike. Starting early in the morning is recommended when day hiking to the peak. The difficulty rating for the hike is strenuous. The hike begins. Started out the hike at 5:30 a.m. Many other hikers wisely started out early as well. The first 5 miles or so are relatively flat. With an overnight permit, some hikers choose to camp at the Cottonwood Lakes in order to spread out the climbing effort. Entering John Muir Wilderness. After passing through the forest, the trail arrives in the Cottonwood Lakes basin. The lakes are concentrated closer to the base of the peaks. Looking toward the slopes leading in the direction of Mount Langley on the right. Getting closer to the lakes. Approaching one of the first lakes. Nice spot to appreciate before the climb intensifies. Images of the Cottonwood Lakes. One more lake before going up to the pass. Beginning the steep ascent toward Old Army Pass. Pausing for views along the way. Approaching Old Army Pass. Reaching the pass and crossing into Sequoia National Park. Bearing right at the pass in search of the summit. The trail cuts along the alpine slopes starting at 12,000 feet. A peak appears ahead, but turns out to be a false summit that gets climbed over. Taking it slow, and utilizing flat boulders for good resting spots. Encountering a trailside sign which encourages hikers to use the large rock cairns as a guide the rest of the way. The large cairns are hard to ignore. Navigating through some boulders. approaching the summit. At last, the summit was within reach. The high winds would not keep me away. On the summit of Mount Langley. The Summit 360. Elevation, 14,026 feet. Summit images. Unfortunately, since it was already 2 o'clock, I needed to head back quickly in order to return before dark. Despite being mostly downhill, an additional 10 miles is not easy after a long climb. The return hike turned out to be rather video abbreviated as I concentrated on the task. Crossing back over Old Army Pass. Dropping down to the Cottonwood Lakes. Back through the forest, which felt twice as long the second time around. Then, as the sun set, a slice of civilization. Mission accomplished. The hike in review. The hike passes through 3 park designations: Golden Trout Wilderness, John Muir Wilderness, and Sequoia National Park. The trail goes past a few of the Cottonwood Lakes before ascending Old Army Pass. Then there is a climb along an alpine slope and over false summits before arriving at the top. After a nearly 8-hour ascent, I needed to return quickly along the same route for an additional 10+ miles of hiking. Despite being considered the easiest California 14 this hike should not be underestimated.